But I tell you, I'm telling you, go get Dick Gregory's autobiography and read that book. Read that book again. Amazing what that meant. You know, he talks about protesting and being arrested and in jail, and you know how the inmates, when they saw Dick coming to jail, they weren't used to, particularly in the North. I'm talking about up north when he got arrested. They weren't used to seeing somebody deliberately getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? The inmates were there. Now, yeah, we committed crimes, B&E, but what the... And I remember going to jail with Dick. We were protesting the whole crack CIA cocaine thing. Folks thought we were crazy, but we were in their ass. To the point that the director of the CIA had to come to Los Angeles and explain, how did all this cocaine get into the United States under y'all's nose? So much that they could turn it into crack. It seems like so long ago. People have forgotten that. And I never will forget being arrested. And Dick Gregory said to me, these young men who they're looking at us, and now we have an opportunity to talk to them and explain to them, because they're going, what the hell are y'all doing in here? Y'all robbed somebody? What do? You held up a 7-Eleven? No, here's why we're here. And then they would sit down and listen to us. And in his autobiography, he talks about how he got arrested in Chicago, in a demonstration to desegregate public schools, Northern style. Because up north, and this is, remember, Raisin in the Sun, and I'll close up. Remember, that was not about a Southern town. See, y'all have read, that was, what town was it? It was what? See, Sam is looking, I saw the play. It was Chicago. It was Chicago. Could have been Cicero. It was Chicago. And people literally would pay Negroes in those days. We'll pay you not to move into this neighborhood. Or there was a covenant that says, by the way, if you're a real estate agent, Jennifer Hammond, if you're a real estate agent, you can't sell. Now, wait a minute, I can afford it, but, and let me tell you something, this country will snap back, and then when they couldn't do that, what would they do to keep you from moving? They'd redline your district. And then when Bloomberg is asked about redlining, then he looks like a racist. He sounds like a racist. Well, redlining and, did this and did that. So, yeah, when I hear that play, it is like, it's like, it cuts. It cuts. It really does. It cuts. And I tell you got to be careful, because this country will snap back so fast on your ass. It will. It will. It honestly will. I was reading in the book about how black folk is interesting. One of the young girls who was killed in the Birmingham 16th Street bombing, Dick Gregory said after the funeral, he had a conversation with one of the girl's fathers, and said the last thing he remembers his daughter saying to him, she had said, people forget, young people were marching in Birmingham. Y'all got to know the history. Young people were marching because adults wouldn't march. That's how the letter from the Birmingham jail got written. Adults wanted to send Martin Luther King Jr. home. Go back to Atlanta. You're causing trouble. We can handle this. And the children had to march. They actually would shut the doors at the high school, and the kids would jump out of the windows to go to the march. That's why if you look at the newsreels, you don't see old people being swept up by dogs and fire hoses. Those are high school students. And one of the young girls who was killed in Birmingham, Alabama, her father said to Dick, and he wrote this in the book, the last conversation that I remember having with my daughter was my daughter said, "Daddy, I want to go march." And he wouldn't let me. And she said to him, "Then why don't you go?" Wow. Why don't you go?